listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world. Listen to the sound of my voice. It is a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. 60 degrees going up to a high of 76. Just lovely. Just beautiful. I missed you guys yesterday, so I got to tell you, I had an emergency. Yesterday, and I couldn't come on and I couldn't give you your horoscopes for the day. I couldn't welcome you to Monday. I had an emergency. So my granddaughter and my daughter stayed the night with me Sunday night. And she was about to take the baby to school yesterday morning. And she woke up, and they were in my bathroom because they was in my bedroom talking to me. They were in my bathroom, and she was washing the baby's face. Now, the baby had been up already trying to get me to play Baby Shark and, wanting some cereal and all that. So we were about to feed her some cereal. And my daughter was washing her face. And so my daughter went to go lift her up and put her on the bathroom counter and wash her face. And when she lifted up, she's like, "Mommy, my leg hurt." Now, she's 2 years old, but she's very, very smart, and she's very, very articulate. And I'm not saying that because she's my granddaughter. She just really is. And she's 2 years old, so she said, "Mommy, my leg hurt." And then she just bust out and started crying. So my daughter said, "What's wrong with your leg?" So she said, "It hurts." And so my daughter kind of rubbed the leg to kind of see what, was there any pain? And she didn't see anything, but the baby kept crying. And so she kept crying, and then my daughter went to put the washcloth down and take her down, and she just collapsed. And I was standing there talking to him, so we just freaked completely out. I was just about to get ready to do the show, freaked completely out because she just kind of collapsed. And my daughter goes, oh my God. And I was like, call 911 because we didn't know what happened. She said my leg, and then she just passed out almost. Like she didn't lose total consciousness, but it's just the way she just collapsed. And so we called 911. They took her to the ER. So granted, my daughter got in an ambulance with her. I drove over to the hospital to meet her. And, it was so crazy and so for the whole time we waited for the ambulance, her eyes kept kind of just rolling back in her head a little bit. We were like, what the heck is that? And then she was fine after that. But we took her to the ER. And they ran some tests, and they said everything looked fine. And then she was back to herself, playing and just being her little active, terrible two little self. And it was like that. It was just weird, y'all. But it was very, very scary. And so during that time, I didn't even realize what time it was until my daughter said it's like 10:14. By that time, I was like, I didn't have anything with me. I had my phone, of course. I could have at least come on and said good morning, but I was in the hospital. I just wasn't thinking. My family, I love my family, my daughter, my granddaughter, they're my heartbeat. And, so I was just freaked out. So I missed yesterday, but not because I didn't want to, just because I was totally zoned out because I was so concerned about the baby. But she's fine and she's back to her little self. And it was just the weirdest thing. And I was like, oh my God, like we the doctors couldn't really explain it. Nobody could, but they told us, to watch her and make sure, because she did have an ear infection. And so she had gotten some antibiotics for ear infection. So they told us just to watch her leg, make sure there's no swelling or anything, because they want to make sure that there's no bone infection or anything like that. Because she said, she grabbed the leg like, my leg hurt, Mommy. And then she just bust out and started crying. It was crazy. But what was even more interesting, because she's very, very smart. And I keep telling my daughter, I said, that baby has a gift, right? So when we got ready to leave, she's 2 years old. And I have to keep saying this because some of the things she said at 2 years old, it amazes not just us, it amazes other people. And I'm going to tell you what she did. So she's 2 years old. So when the doctors came in, we got ready to go. My daughter was holding her, and she says, Mommy, I'm going to be okay. And then she said, Mommy, I'm going to be all right. And she said, "You're going to be all right?" She said, "Yes." It was crazy. And I'm saying to myself, how did she know to say that? And how did she know that we were worried about her? Something else she said while she was laying in the hospital bed, right? She was laying in the hospital bed. And I don't know, I said something about my husband. So they spent the night, and she was being terrible too. And my husband yelled at her, right? Like, stop that. And so, yes, and she loves my husband. Like, she asked for my husband before she asked me. And she's like, where's Pop? Where's Pop? So she loves my husband. Anyway, we were in the hospital, and she was laying in the bed. And I don't know how we got on the conversation of my husband, but she said, Pop is angry. And I said, huh? She said, Pop angry at me. I said, Pop angry? She's like, yes. She said, but Gia, you're my best friend. She said, you're my bestest friend. This is what she says. I said, I'm your bestest friend. She's like, yes. And I got up and I went to the bed where she was laying. I gave her a big hug. I said, Gia sure is your bestest friend. So Gia, you're my bestest friend. She said Pop was angry at her. And that was so I'm telling you, some of the things she say, it really baffles us because like, okay, why did you know? So as we were leaving out the hospital, right? Although all the nurses were really nice, right? So it was it was two nurses sitting at the nurses station and the doctor. And so they was like, bye, Carter. And she was like, bye. And we said to the nurses, thank you, and to the doctor, thank you, and everything. So and we were walking out the door, Carter said, let's get out of here. And the nurses and the doctor just fell out. They were like, oh my God, she just said it straight like that. Let's get out of here. It was like an old little person was coming through. We were like, what? She does that all the time, y'all. It's like the weirdest thing. I can't explain it. And I said to my daughter, this baby right here, this baby done been here before. She like, let's get out of here. And the doctors and the nurses just fell out. They was like, oh my God, she did not just say that. So she's, thank God she's doing well. And, it was scary for a second because we didn't know what was wrong. And just the way it happened, if you had seen it, it just freaked us out because I'm standing there talking to them when she just does this collapse thing. And I'm like, oh my God. So, but by God's strength, she's fine and she's back to herself and just happy-go-lucky and doing her little thing. So, but she loves my daughter, and she said to my daughter, Mommy, I'm going to be all right. And I was like, really? Right? And then when she said, let's get out of here, man, them doctors and nurses, we was like, oh my God, this baby right here, she is something serious, y'all. But I really believe that she has some special gifts, and it's because of the things she say. And she's only 2, and she's been saying these things since she was like 1. She started talking and walking. Like, she started walking at like 10 months. And then she started talking. Like, she's been talking. Dominique has a video. I think she was around 4 months old. Dominique said something to her. And it's like she answered it back. And it was like, holy crap. That was the very first time. And it's on video. But she has been doing that like since we can remember. And she's only 2, and she says the most amazing things and things that make you go, how does she know how to say that? Like, how does she know how to connect things together like that? And she's really smart, and she's very intuitive. And when something goes wrong, she knows how to say she doesn't like something. She'll tell you why. It's just a lot about her that's very, very, very special. And we know that. And so I'm constantly watching and looking out for certain things with her because she just does things that totally amazes not just me, but everybody we meet. Like, people talk to her, and she doesn't like loud noises, and she doesn't like crowds, which is so weird. Like, a loud noise, she completely shuts down, cover her ears up, and be very still until it stops. Can't stand loud noises, and she doesn't like crowds of people. She said to me, Gia, too much people, Gia, too much people, too much noise. She doesn't like loud noise, and she hates crowds, which is, I'm like, at 2 years old, she doesn't like any of that. And she'll tell you, I took her to the football game last month because my nephew played. Now, she loves my nephew, Jalen. She loves Jalen. She sees him on the field. She knows his number is 20. She can point him out. It's the weirdest thing, y'all. But soon as we got to the field, we hadn't even gotten out of the car. Soon as we got to the field and park, she started crying, too much people, Gia, too much people. I was like, you gonna be okay? When I tell you she was petrified, like I had to carry her to our seats in the bleachers because she was just petrified. So as the night went on, she kind of opened up a little bit more, because my niece was there. She was playing with her. My brother was playing with her. But she does not like crowds, and she does not like loud noises. I'm talking about no kind of loud noise. We took her to the circus. She didn't really like that. We take her to games. She doesn't really like that. Now, she got used to the football crowd because the band was playing. Now, that's the crazy part. She likes music. So the band was playing right next to us, and it captivated her. And then she said, I want to go back to the football game. I was like, really, you do? It's like, yeah, we're going to go to the football game. And so there's a game Friday night, and we're trying to figure out whether or not we're going to take her because it's so cold right now. But anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know why I was not there. Not that I was trying to, not be there, but I had to take care of my babies and make sure they were okay. And so that's what I did. All right, let's get on with this show. Today is National Scrapple Day. It's also National Louisiana Day and National Microcia Day. I have no idea what microcia is. Scrapple, for those of you who don't know what Scrapple is, it's scraps. It's scraps of meat that they turn into something that looks like Spam, and they fry it up and they eat it with grits. And the reason I know what Scrapple is because when I was in college, they had Scrapple. And I was like, what the heck is a Scrapple? And they told me it's scraps of meat, hence the name Scrapple, scraps of meat. I don't know what kind of meat. It's like mystery meat, chopped up. They fried up, and people eat it with grits and eggs, and they love it. I didn't eat the Scrapple because I'm like, I don't know what Scrapple is. It doesn't sound very good. It may be good, but I didn't eat it. I've never eaten it, but I've seen it before. I've seen it served at restaurants before. So if you like your Scrapples, kudos to you. Do your thing. It's breakfast time. Have your Scrapple. Also, shout out to Louisiana for National Louisiana Day and Microcia Awareness Day. Have no idea what that is, but it is. Somebody out there knows what it is because it's on the calendar. It happens not to be me. All right, let's get on with these horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Michael Thosson for today, Tuesday, November the 9th. We're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. Focus on what's important rather than spreading yourself too thin and accomplishing little. Difficulties with females you live with could cause emotional stress. Real estate investments will be profitable. Okay, Aries. The women that you live with, that's going to cause you some emotional stress. I don't know why. What did you do? I'm just trying to help you out, Aries. What did you do? Taurus, avoid scandals of any sort. This is not the best time to take a risk, to gamble, or to spend money you really can't afford to part with. You need to look into new philosophies. Avoid scandals of any sorts, Taurus. Any kind of scandals. Avoid them. And this is not the time to gamble with your money. Hold on to your dollars because it's not the time. Maybe later, not today. Gemini, it may not be the best time to socialize with clients or colleagues today. Groups you belong to will not enjoy your company. Oh, God. But they will also share you. Listen to this. Say groups you belong to will not only. I'm thinking would not. So I misread that. Will not only enjoy your company, but they will also share your interests. Too much work and no play will not only result in fatigue and frustration, but also in loneliness too. You gotta have some fun, Gemini. Lighten up. Don't be so serious about everything. Have some fun. You know that remember when The Shining came out and he was saying all work and no play makes, I forgot, Johnny. I think it was Johnny. Make Johnny a dull boy. Yeah, Gemini. All work and no play make Gemini dull and lonely people. Have some fun. Don't be so serious. Lighten up. Dude, have a little fun. I know. I'm the one to talk, right? I do try to have fun though. I really do. Cancer. I'm looking for me a nightlife place here in Lawrenceville, just so I can go out and have some fun. Not that I'm looking to dance, but I want to socialize. I do bowl, so I bowl on Thursdays. That's not always fun because if the energy is bad around me, I don't have fun. When we're bowling and there's bad energy around me, I do not have fun. I'm waiting for it to hurry up and get over so I can just get away from it. Sometimes I have a great time. Other times when the energy is bad and I get like all this bad energy, nobody smiling, everybody looking all doom and gloom, I'm like, ugh. I actually said I wasn't even going to bowl after December. I think I'm going to give it a break. I think I'm going to take up something more creative and fun, like piano lessons or photography or sculpting, something, because I like to have fun. Like I like bowling because one is exercise, right? I do get exercise. My doctor said to me, that's not really exercise. I'm like, why not? I'm walking up there slinging that ball for 2 hours. That's not exercise. What is that then? I thought anything was exercise as long as you were moving. He's like, that's not aerobic exercise. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, say that part. But I know I'm getting in some form of exercise by going up there slinging the ball for 2 hours. The ball weighs 10 pounds, so it's not like it's like light. Yeah, my ball is light. That's considered light in the bowling world, 10 pounds. But I can't bowl with no heavy ball. Like 10 pounds is perfect weight for me. I got 2 balls. But I probably won't bowl because I just want to do something fun. And for the most part, bowling for me is a lot of times not fun because the energy it sucks me dry, right? Sometimes I bowl some really fun people. They're fun, but then the people on my team are not always fun. It's just like, ugh. So I don't know. I'm thinking about taking up something that's more fun, like piano lessons or pottery, pottery, or photography. One of the 3. And I'm going to do that in January. I think it may be piano lessons, though, because I've been wanting to play the piano for a long time. All right, anyway, Cancer, you might get behind if you spend too much time debating senseless issues. You must try to lay your cards on the table. Talk to your mate and tell them how you feel. Unpleasant situations concerning family members will be unnerving. Talk to your mate and tell them how you feel. Listen, Cancer, can't nobody read your mind, right? Nobody can read your mind, so you need to tell them how you feel. Even if it's uncomfortable, still tell them. At least it's out there. Now they know. They don't have to guess. You don't have to wonder. It's out there. They know how you feel. They don't have to guess how you feel. You've told them how you feel, so you don't have to guess. Try to figure out if they know how you feel because you told them. All right, Leo. Problems with your peers are apparent. Yep. Plan a day of enjoyment with them. Get out and have some fun. The theme today seems like fun. Get out today, Leo. Have some fun. I know. I get it. Have some fun. Lighten up. Loosen up a little bit. Untie your tie some. Have some fun today. Virgo. Things may not be as harmonious as you would like with colleagues or employers today. You can continue to make gains if you call a few people who can help you close an important deal. If everyone wants to do their own thing, let them. Listen, Virgo. If people want to do their own things, let them. Don't hold any ill will towards them. Just let them do their things. Don't worry about what they do. You do your thing. Let them do their thing. Today is not the day for you to micromanage. Today is not the day for you to try to get people to see things your way. Today is not the day for you to try to guilt folks into doing things your way. Let them do their own thing their way. Just let them do their own thing. All right? All right, I'm going to the song. I'll be right back after the song to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Notary Astrologer Michael Thies. And stay tuned.
Not sure I understand it, but everything seems brighter now than before. I don't know why I feel this way, but every time I hear your name, all my worries disappear, yeah. It's all because of you. I feel the way I do. You make my dreams come true, yeah. It's all because of you, because of you, because of you. And I don't fall in love so easily, 'cause I don't wear my heart up on my sleeve, yeah. I don't know if you feel the same, but every time I hear your name, my worries disappear. It's all because of you, yeah. I feel the way I do. You make my dreams come true, yes you do. It's all because of you, because of you, because of you.
It's your girl Audrey Bell giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by Notary Astrologer Michael Thies. We're gonna pick it up with Libra. You may find your mate someone perturbed. All right, you done pissed your mate out there a little bit annoyed with you. Be careful that you don't spend too much time with the person belonging to someone else. Libra, what are you doing? Check your personal papers and make sure everything is in order. Listen, stop spending so much time with somebody else's person. That's not your person. It's not yours. And I know you probably like them. You're probably vibing well together. It's not your person. I'm just trying to help you out because you're about to get yourself into some trouble. So don't spend too much time with someone belonging to someone else. Hot diggity dog. It's not your person, Libra. Get your own person. That person needs to be nobody's person so they can become your person. Oh my goodness. Here come the triangle, Libra. Watch yourself. Scorpio, jealous colleagues may try to undermine you. Lovers will be less than accommodating, and decisions regarding personal direction a necessity. All right. You will probably have to defend your mate. All right. So listen. Jealous colleagues may try to undermine you. Watch your back, Scorpio. It's always them backstabbers. They smile in your face, and all the time they want to take your place. Them backstabbers. Watch them. Y'all know the OJ said that's what they say. Lovers may be less than accommodating. So your lover is not really trying to accommodate what you're trying to do today, but that's okay because you're probably going to wind up having to defend them anyway. And then guilt them into doing what you want to do. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Sagittarius, don't believe everything you hear and half of what you see. I added that part on. Yeah, don't believe everything you hear today, Sagittarius. You can enjoy entertainment if you join in and follow the crowd for a change. You must avoid gossip and focus on what you have to do. Yes, avoid gossip, Sag. Focus on what you got to do, the big picture, the goal, the bullseye. Forget the gossip. It's not going to get you closer to the goal. I'm just trying to help you out. Forget the freaking gossip. Gossip is nothing but energy draining. It's one of them energy suck kind of things. It's like a vampire on your energy. I'm telling you, because it doesn't serve a purpose. It's idle chatter that wastes time. I'm just trying to help you out. Capricorn. Talk to your mate about a vacation and discuss the expectations of your relationship. The distance may make you both appreciate each other more. Business conducted in your office will proceed smoothly. Yeah, talk to your mate about taking a short vacation. Take some time. This is the time. It's New Year coming in. Holidays are coming. Now, strangely enough, some people are going to break up right now. They're going to break up right now so it don't look like they broke up right before Christmas because they don't... Guys, I have heard guys that say they break up like around this time of the year. They get back together after Valentine's Day. They skip all the holidays because they don't want to be obligated to be with that person on the holidays. Isn't that not terrible? That is awful. My thing is, why even do that? If you know that's not your person, let them go so they can find somebody that wants to spend all the holidays with them. I'm just trying to help somebody out. In the meantime, Capricorn, talk to your mate about taking a vacation to discuss the expectations of your relationship. Yes, talk about it. Talking is important. Communications is so important. I tell my daughter this all the time. She's very single. And I always say to her, no matter what happens, no matter how cute he is, how funny he is, none of that stuff. If you can't hold a real conversation with him after all that wears off, you're going to be in trouble. Because the worst thing in this world is to be in a relationship with somebody that you cannot have an adult conversation with. That is not a good place to be. I'm trying to help somebody out. You want to make sure that you can communicate with that person on an adult level. And I tell her that all the time. I'm like, listen, what y'all... And I'll tell her, I don't ask about none of that superficial, out of layer stuff. I said, what do you talk about? Can you talk to him? I ask her that all, and she knows I do because that's so important. Because when you're in a relationship with somebody, you want somebody that you can go to and talk to, get some feedback, even if it's not the feedback you want to hear. But at least you get some feedback. You making plans, you're making solid, real plans. You want that person to be a part of the plans. You don't want to be the person making all the decisions. Everything you do, you make the decisions. They don't have no input. You don't want that person. Because if that's the case, you might as well be by yourself. You want a person that when things are going bad, you can sit down and say, look, let's talk about it. And y'all have a real conversation, not just you talking. It's a conversation. It's a two-way communication thing, right? You're talking to each other. Real important. So talk to your mate about taking a vacation, Kat. And y'all discuss the relationship. Now, let me just say this. If you get on the vacation and you find yourself doing all the talking, probably not a good person to be with. Because that won't change. So pay attention to all these things before it's too late, right? Before you love that person and then you get into a relationship, you love them, but you're struggling because you can't even have a conversation. So when you go on this little vacation that you plan in Capricorn and you find yourself doing all of the talking, all they doing is agreeing with you and shaking their heads and not really giving you any feedback. It's like a one-way communication. It's like talking on a one-way walkie-talkie. Yeah, that's not the person. Unless you don't mind always doing all the talking. You may think you won't mind until you get into that situation. You figure out, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? Aquarius, you will be viewed as a sensitive and compassionate individual, and others will ask for your advice. Don't try to hide your true feelings from your mates. Changes in your home environment are likely. God, what is... Okay, I thought the whole... Hold on. Listen, if you got some true feelings for your mate, don't hide them. Just let them know. Again, they don't need to be trying to guess about how you feel, Aquarius. And here's the thing. If you like them, you like them. Whatever you feel about them, let them know. Now, if they don't reciprocate your feelings, then you might just want to move on. That may not be your person. I'm just trying to help. It may not be your person. If they don't share in the relationship like you do, they don't feel what you feel, that may not be your person. And the fact that you're trying to hold on for dear life to somebody that's not your person is a waste of your time and energy. So, don't hide your true feelings. Share, right? Now, if you don't get the response right away, don't jump to conclusions because that person just may be a horrible communicator. Give it some time to kind of like, let it soak in. Because sometimes a person is just a horrible communicator and don't know how to say it back. Now, again, if you can live with that person knowing that they are a horrible communicator, then go for it. But if not, might not be your person. I'm just trying to help some folks out today. Ooh. All right, last but not least, my fellow fish Pisces. Don't let opposition from those envious of your talents daunt your progress. Make plans to do things you enjoy. Your relationship appears to be stressed out and depleted. Oh, really? Fish, what's going on with the relationships? I just said I was going to make some plans to do things that I enjoy. I'm making plans right now. I want to learn something new, whether it be photography, piano lessons, or pottery. But I am going to do something new in January. Like when our bowling season is over, I probably won't bowl. I probably bowl in the summer or next fall after this season is over. I just want to do something new. I want to meet new people. I want to do new things. So I get it. So make plans to do some things you enjoy. On the flip side, your relationship appears to be stressed out and depleted. Ooh, fish, I don't know. Can you bring it back to life? Can you give your relationship CPR? I don't know. I don't know where you are. I don't know where you are. I don't know. You got to ask yourself that question. Is it worth saving? Is it worth fighting for? Why is it stressing you out? Are you with a person that don't talk, that don't communicate? You're in a relationship, you're in a two-person relationship and you handle all the big things? I don't know. What's going on? Is money an issue? Ooh. Can you revive the relationship? Is it totally depleted or just a little bit depleted? I don't know, fish. That's a lot of questions right there around that thing. On the flip side, don't let opposition from those envious of you daunt your progress, right? Listen, people jealous of your talent, oh well, so what? Go out and learn something new, right? Be you. Do your thing. Tell them, listen, stop being jealous of me. Do your own thing. Run your own race. Travel your own path. Walk on your own road. Don't worry about me. Do your thing. Some people just worry about everything you do, fish. They want to be you, which is sad, but true. Sad, but true. They want to be you, and so they can't figure out their own path because they so worried about your path. Ain't that sad? It's sad. All right, that's all the horoscopes I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thoughts. Now let's get on to some news you can use. Georgia Tech administrators have asked the state's Board of Regents to approve their request to name its student center after John Lewis. The late John Lewis, he was a congressman. He was a civil rights activist. Lewis, who died last year, represented the congressional district that includes Georgia Tech. John Lewis was a frequent guest at Georgia Tech during his decade of public service, representing Georgia's 5th congressional district. Yeah, so now he says he was always willing to impart leadership wisdom to students, faculty, and staff, provide many student internship opportunities, and serve as a strong advocate for federal programs of importance to students, including the Pell Grant and federal work study program. So they want to name, they really want to show him homage by naming one of the buildings after him. I think that's really nice, and I think that his work and all the things that he did not go unnoticed for the work he did. Everybody, politics are crazy, y'all. Politics are crazy, and you're going to get people who love people and people who don't love them for whatever reason. But apparently, over at Georgia Tech, they feel like this is something they want to do. They want to name the Student Center after John Lewis. So I think that's an honor, especially for it to be on Georgia Tech campus. So I think that's an honor. All right, you want to read the rest of the story? Go to ajc.com. It's there if you want to read that. It's so crazy because when I look at where we are right now and I look at some of the things that are going on and some of the people that are fighting, sometimes you feel like you're fighting in vain, right? You feel like the work that you're doing is not important, and really it is. It just feels so unappreciative sometimes. You feel like, oh my God, why am I doing this? But John Lewis, he put his life on the line. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Selma, but that was my first time up close and personal. Not personal, but up close, seeing like what actually happened. And I remember my mom telling me, it was so crazy because in Selma, they were saying, why are we going to Albany? It was something about the people in Albany are not ready to move forward or something. But I remember my mom telling me that, she walked with Dr. Martin Luther King, and I'm sure John Lewis was probably right there with them. And she got sick and she went to jail, and she told me that story. And I'm never going to forget that story because I think my mom was a fighter. She was a strong person. She was an activist. And that's where I get it from. My dad was something different, y'all. Like, he was quiet. He was a quiet, mean man. I got that part from him. They tell me I'm just like him. My mom said, "Ooh, you're just like your father." Now, she never said that to my brother, but she constantly said it to me. Now, she knew my father better than any of us, because she really did. And she would always say, "Ooh, you're just like your father." And I was like, really? Like, my father was a mean man. Like, he ain't play games, you know. And they say I'm just like him. They say I'm like all the Bells, which I was told are very mean people. I don't think I'm a mean person. I just don't like nonsense, you know. And I do have a short fuse sometimes, but luckily I got some great people around me to put that fuse out and help me see things a little different. And it's not all the time. It's just certain things that tick me off, right? So, and I know that about myself. I'm just being transparent. Maybe I shouldn't, but I know that about myself. And I know how to walk away from situations when I know my fuse may be lit. Like, you know what? Let's do a 360 and go in the other direction. But you got to learn these things about yourself. That's all the work you do on yourself. If you think you don't need work done on yourself, guess again. You do. So I'm not the only one that have to work on myself. And I don't mind working on myself, because I'm always trying to be a better version of me. Audrey, always a better version of me. Yes, I know I got a history in my family. My family on my dad's side was rough, baby. Let me just say that. Apparently, I inherited some of them rough traits. Anyway, let's keep it moving. So apparently, it says that Mayor Bottoms has lifted the indoor mask mandate in Atlanta, and that's because she's saying that Atlanta is in the green zone, for COVID-19 and declining numbers. It said, while it makes me personally anxious, I've always said we follow the science. Thus, we're lifting the citywide mask mandates, Bottoms said in a tweet. She said, Atlanta is officially in the green zone for COVID-19. While it makes me personally anxious, I've always said we're going to follow the science. So she's lifting the mask mandate in Atlanta, but inside city facilities, you still have to wear your mask, right? She issued an executive order in late July mandating residents wear masks whenever indoors in public places, even if they've been vaccinated. And so I still wear my mask, and I've had my booster. Like, there are some places I go, I just still wear it. Some places I kind of won't, but for the most part, I will wear the mask. And I was crazy because I was somewhere yesterday, and I was like, oh, crap, I don't have a mask. So I had to dig around my car, because I know it was one of theirs. I had one. I got that big, thick white one that I just really didn't want to wear, so I really like the black ones. And I finally dug around in there somewhere. I think it was one in the back seat, but I try to keep a supply of them in my car, which lets me know that I got to re-up today. It says at the time the Delta variant was beginning to rapidly accelerate, so that's when she put the mask mandate in place. The directive applied to private businesses like restaurants, salons, and grocery stores, as well as public property. The mayor is now lifting the order, but it's still mandating the mask be worn inside city facilities. So for Atlanta to see the numbers declining, that's a good thing, because between Gwinnett County and Fulton County, I think we had the highest number of cases. I think one time Gwinnett was in number one for having the most cases, confirmed cases of COVID-19. And so the numbers are declining, and that's a good thing. Prayerfully by the second part of next year, we're down to, even less cases. I wish it would just be gone. I'm just so tired of it. But anyway, to read the full story, go to ajc.com. It's there. You can check out the full story and check the numbers there as well. All right, I'm going to go to a song and come back. This next story, Lord have mercy, it's about parents who say, you know what? They call us domestic terrorism, but we won't go away. Yeah. I'll be back to talk more about that right after this song, so stay tuned.
Snowflakes on my tongue, this time it's the rain. I can feel it in and I'll show you funny. Something crazy. I know you want to. Something crazy. Grab my hand and I'll show you funny. Something crazy. I know you want to. Saw it coming, it had to be done. I was fading like a snowflake on your tongue. Saw it coming, it had to be done. Love was fading, love was fading, fading, fading. Something crazy. Something crazy. So let's do something crazy. Something crazy. So let's do something crazy. Grab my hand and I'll show you funny. Something crazy. I know you want
Welcome back. It's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney giving you the daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. So there's a Gwinnett mom and a group of parents at Gwinnett County Public Schools saying, you know what, call out demands of domestic terrorism, but we will not go away. And they're really annoyed because they said that they don't want their kids to have to wear masks. They don't want their kids being taught critical race theory in school, and so they've been calling, domestic terrorists. It's crazy because I understand like the dangers of COVID. A lot of parents don't feel that it's a danger. They don't feel that it's a danger to their children because children didn't get COVID as quick as adults did. So they feel like their child is not in danger. The sad part to that is I wouldn't want my child to be the one that would get the COVID-19 and be the one that becomes statistics. I wouldn't want that. So for me, and I get it. I mean, it puts the kids in a messed up place because they feel like they're walking around paranoid. I feel like that too. I'm paranoid about everything, y'all. And it's so sad because I've never been that person. I don't want to be that person. So I'm constantly working. Like the littlest thing makes me paranoid. Like yesterday with my granddaughter freaked me completely out. I had to try to figure out how to get myself back. I felt emotionally drained. I felt so tired. All I wanted to do last night really was just go to bed because that's how drained I felt. But you got some parents who don't believe the corona is real. You got some who don't believe it can affect their family and their children. And you have some who say, what, I get that it's real, but it's messing with my kids' mental ability to function. And all of those things are valid points, right? Because that's how you feel. So now, it's like parents against, the Gwinnett board because the board is saying, you're what you're doing is domestic terrorism. And then as it pertains to critical race theory, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that because I feel like a lot of people are trying to stifle out our Black history, right? And I don't think that critical race theory is put in place to make white kids feel bad. I think it's put in place to make them aware of what the history was. And we can still learn about George Washington and, the World War II. Why not show them the history? Because I feel like if these kids understand the history, they'll understand why we feel the way we do and why things are still so very unfair towards African American people and other races right now versus like some parents they blow it off because it doesn't affect their families, right? It's kind of like COVID. Well, it didn't affect my family, so it's not real. It didn't affect my family, so I don't care, right? But we all live in the same country. It affects all of us. So when your kid is looking at the news and a Black guy or another race of person has gotten shot down for no apparent reason, what do you tell them? Oh, that's unfair. But why is that happening? Why does it happen so frequently? So I'm a little bit torn about critical race theory because it shouldn't be made. It shouldn't be put in place to make kids feel bad. But I feel like they need to understand the history. So I'm a little bit torn about that. Some people said it should. Some people said it shouldn't. I'm not sure. I haven't really dug into it really deeply to find out more about what it entails. And I think I'm going to because I really want to know. Because I know there are parents out there who don't raise their children like that. And I'm not saying all white parents do. I'm saying there are parents who don't raise their kids like that. And they probably feel like, I don't think my kids need to be taught this. But again, what happens to the Black history? It goes away if nobody talks about it. It goes away if we're still not having a conversation about racism in this country, and it's very rampant. We see that all the time. You would think that after so many years, it wouldn't be so rampant, but it's blatant now. It's rampant and blatant right in your face. Like, it's always been there, but I feel like people just don't care now. Like, we're in a different time. I feel like we're just in a different time right now. But anyway, if you want to read that full story again, go to ajc.com. Parents are saying, you know what, we're here. We're not going anywhere. We want you to listen to us. We voted you in. We'll vote you out. That's a promise some parents are saying. And they're right. They voted you in. When it's time to go to the polls, they can vote you out. You know, they said that the county budget is $2.4 billion and $282.4 million came from the Federal American Rescue Act Act of 2021. They want to know where that money is going. They want transparency and accountability. And they got kids in the school system. They have that right. So, you know, to read that full story, go to ajc.com. I'm a little bit torn on, you know, for me, wear your mask. That's my thought. But hey, I don't have a kid in the public school system. But I still say I wouldn't want my kid to be the statistic. I'm just sorry. I just wouldn't. You know, I have suffered through COVID-19 and the loss that it has brought to my family. So I don't think I'm ever going to not say don't wear your mask if you are not vaccinated for sure, right? Because y'all know my story and I'm not going to repeat it again, but you know my story. And it's a tragic story for my family. I lost family members, including my mom and friends. So I'm very partial to the mask. And I could tell you this. My mom was the first one in our family who said she was going to take the vaccination. She didn't even get a chance to. Lord knows I wish she had gotten a chance to, because she would have taken it. We, on the other hand, was like, we're not taking the vaccination, right? Until it happened to our family. Not once, but like 3 times, 4 times. Until it happened to my family, it was like, I'm not taking the vaccination. And then it happened to my family. So, anyway, let's get on to some other news, because that news depresses me. So look, listen, yesterday Lilburn had an earthquake. Yes, y'all. I was like, an earthquake? So what scares me more than a tornado? An earthquake. Because I just feel like if the earth moves, I have nowhere to go. If there's a crack in the earth, where am I going to go? At least with a tornado, I can go to the underground. With an earthquake, there's nowhere to go. Like if the earth shakes and if a bad one comes along, there's nowhere to go. But anyway, there was an earthquake yesterday in Lilburn. So Lilburn residents who were awake after 2:30 a.m. yesterday when they felt a little shaking going on. Yes, it was a little shaking going on. It wasn't their imagination. It was an earthquake 2.1 on the Richter scale. Yes, it was. And so that's not the first earthquake that Lilburn has had. Now, what is going on over in Lilburn? They had one before back in July that was a 2.3. What's happening over there? What's happening? Lilburn is very close to us, right? So that was a little bit unnerving for me to see. There's no way to live. I'm gonna have to go live in space with Elon Musk, and battle some aliens, I guess, because a lot of stuff is happening down here on Earth. Yeah, but anyway, there was a last year in February there was a 2.3 earthquake on the Richter scale in Lilburn, and now here we go back in November. This year we had one yesterday, so it's a lot going on. I don't know. Is that from climate change? What is that from? What causes that? Is that just something natural? Is there a fault line running somewhere through Lilburn? I don't know. Anyway, but you can go check out this story too on Gwinnett Daily Post. It's a little scary though. I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. I'm like, what? What is happening? That's a little too close for comfort for me. I'm already freaked out about tornadoes. At least I can go in a ditch somewhere and hide. Well, not a ditch to tell you not. Well, yeah, a ditch. But with an earthquake, you can't go nowhere. The earth start moving and you can get out of the way of tall buildings and hope you don't fall through the ground. I know that sounds so crazy, right? But listen, things happen. This is a good story. I think this is pretty good because when I think about college students trying to figure out their next move, some of them change majors, and they change majors after their second year. By that time, they are halfway through their college career, and they've decided, I don't want to do this anymore. And they got all these credits that most time are useless. However, if they come to Georgia Gwinnett College, they can finish what they started. They can keep their credits based on this new degree that Georgia Gwinnett College now has. So they have a new bachelor's degree at GGC that allows students to keep the credits they've earned and progress towards graduation without loss of time. The recently introduced Bachelors of Integrative Studies is a multi-disciplinary program that requires students to complete 3 major concentrations or 2 concentrations and a minor, thus giving them the skills to compete in a wide range of careers. I think that's really cool because I think about me personally. I have a bunch of credits in at 2 colleges, Montclair State University and Essex County College. Two different majors, one in the medical field, one in the business field. And I never really thought about going back because I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to lose a lot of credits because if I don't go back for medical, and I think I got most of my credits in the medical field, like what am I gonna do with those credits? Because I can't use them towards anything. So that's interesting. I might even transfer all my credits. By that time, I might actually come out with a degree. I got a bunch of them scattered around. But I think this is pretty cool because a lot of times when you go to college, you don't know what you want to major in. So you take all your GERs. And then after you do that, then you jump into your major in the second year, only to find out that you really don't like that. I don't like this major. I want to do something else. And then you got all these credits in there that you can't really use. Some people even go all the way through to this south through the senior year and still figure out I don't want to do this. But now they got all these credits, and what am I going to do with this? Because if I switch credits in my senior year, I lose all the credits that I had previously. It's almost like starting over now with this BIS degree. Bachelors of Integrative Studies, you have the option to use those credits towards your degree. You don't have to lose time or credits or money because credits are money, y'all. So I think that's pretty cool. If you want to read more about that story and how that works, you can probably go to GGC website or just go to, just to read the story, go to Gwinnett Daily Post and it's there as well. I think that's really cool because I just know that there are a lot of kids who say, you know what, I thought I wanted to do that, but I really don't want to do that. I get it. It's happened to most of us, even in life. Gwinnett County Public School is seeking out auto and diesel technicians for its vehicle fleet, including school buses. The position is a full-time position and offers health and retirement benefits, according to the school newsletter. Now, pay ranges from $17.90 per hour to $29.90 per hour, depending on work or military experience and college credits. You can make good money, up to $29 an hour. Applicant must have a high school diploma or a GED, a commercial driver's license or permit. The school district provides training for other required endorsements according to the newsletter. The online application includes required work history and a reference from a supervisor. The fleet maintenance department will contact applicants who qualify for interviews. So if you're interested in this, there's an opportunity for you to work as a fleet technician, $17.90 an hour to $29.90 an hour. Yes, so you might want to check that out. Also, Gwinnett School District, like many others around the country, is struggling with the shortage of some support such as paraprofessionals and substitute teachers. So they are looking for substitute teachers as well and paraprofessionals. So if that sounds like you can go to the Gwinnett Public School System website and apply for these jobs there. So you can get, get in there and help them out. But also, you may find you a new career. A lot of people left those positions because they wanted to do something different. That's why they have so many vacancies. And, you can't blame them because when the pandemic hit and people were forced to stay home, right? The only people that were not forced to stay home were people on the front line, like medical professionals and those people. They weren't forced to stay home. They had to get out there and work because we needed them at the hospitals to help all the people that were, coming down with COVID. But a lot of people were forced to stay home or were told they can work from home and realized, heck, I like this. I don't want to go back into the office. Even some employers said, you know what, heck, we like this. We can get rid of that overhead, pump it back into our employees, and send them little gift baskets and gift box and we appreciate you kind of things. All of these different things. And so that left a deficit in employees because they said, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do something different. I want to work for myself. And trust me, sometimes it's good working for yourself. Some people weren't afraid that they didn't have a check coming in because a lot of times you may not have a check when you work for yourself. But if you were lucky enough to find a position with your company or find a new company that allowed you to work from home and get a paycheck, why not? I've been working from home for 20-something years and I love it. Now, has it been lonely? Yep. To the point where I want to be around other people? Yes, I has. But I still like it. Gwinnett County Corrections is hosting a career fair this coming Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. The department is hiring for correctional officers and correctional officers senior positions, county officials said. The event will be held at 750 High Hope Road in Lawrenceville. The career fair would include a facility tour, background processing, a behavior and personal assessment device, and interview panels. There are several phases in the hiring process, and this event will expedite this by giving candidates the opportunity to complete the first phase. right? So you're gonna get the first phase. So just know if you go to the job fair this Saturday, it's from 8 to 2. This is what's gonna happen. You're gonna get a background processing. You're gonna get a tour of the facility. You're gonna also have to take a behavioral personal assessment and device, and you're gonna have interview panels. So you get through the first phase of the hiring process. Attendees are encouraged to apply online for the correction position. You can do that by going to gcga.us/corrections career fair. gcga.us/corrections career fair. You have to do this before November 11th, which is, what's that, Thursday? Have to do the application online before November the 11th. So you can go in there and do the interview on Saturday between 8 and 2. Additional instructions are going to be mailed to you once you do the application online. All right. So if you're looking for a new career in law enforcement, this is your opportunity. Go to gcga.us/corrections career fair. And you have to do this application before November 11th, before the actual interview, which is going to be this coming Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 750 High Hope Road in Lawrenceville. Gwinnett offers competitive benefits, paid training, educational incentives, tuition reimbursement, and career advancement. So if this is something you're interested in, make sure that you fill out the application. Also, make sure that you can pass the background check, the drug test, got the proper ID, and your resume has all the gaps filled in, okay? All right, so listen, I'm going to my last song, and I'll be back after this song to give you my word of inspiration for the day, so stay tuned.
Some time thinking about the day that we met. I love to see you smile. Can't take my eyes off your silhouette. So tonight
Welcome back. So listen, guys, that's all I got for you today, but I want to give you my word of inspiration. Here goes. It said, it's kind of fun to do the impossible. Let me say that again. It's kind of fun to do the impossible. Walt Disney said that, and he was right. I'm working on a project with a client right now, and it puts me number 2 in charge at her company, which is kind of weird because that's a job, just for you, those of you who don't know. And although I've been an entrepreneur for so long, it's kind of funny that I'm second in charge. I'm not the CEO anymore. I'm the COO. And I'm okay with that. But what I realized is that it's in an industry that I've never been in before. It's doing something that I've never done before. And it puts me in a huge spot in someone else's company where I'm not in charge, right? And so it's fun. It's fun for me because for me, it's like I'm doing the impossible at this point. I've never been in this industry. I'm not number 1 in charge. I'm the second in charge. I'm doing something different. I have to come up with new ideas, new strategies. I have to learn new things. I have to learn new lingo. And it's fun because for me, it will be impossible for somebody, but for me, I find it to be fun. So sometimes you have to be okay with doing the thing that's impossible and find the fun in that thing, because I could have easily let my ego get in the way and say, nah, I don't want to do this. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a CEO myself. I was like, nah, I'm up for the challenge. And then truly it will be a challenge for me because I don't know the industry and I'm learning the industry. I just bought 2 new books to learn about the industry because I don't know it. But because that person has entrusted me with her to be number 2 in charge in her company, I got to get out there and do some work, right? And I'm okay with that. I looked at Ariana Huffington and I said to myself, man, it's like I'm starting over. Well, she started Huffington Post at 55. I was like, what? And I had to look at that story, and say, okay, Ariana started at 55. And I'm kind of starting over, but not as a CEO, but as a COO of a company. And I'm excited about that, honestly, because I have a team of people. She has 20 people on her team. I think I make 20 on her team. And it's exciting. It's exciting. It's fun because I have to learn new things and I meet a bunch of people and I talk about things that I have no clue about. It's fun. And sometimes, you can find something that feels impossible, but if you look for the fun in it, it's a good thing. So what is it that you find impossible that you should be looking for the fun in? That's my question to you today. Thank you again for listening. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last 1 hour with me, and I love and appreciate you to life for that. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett, and follow me on the Twitter at GM Gwinnett 1, the number 1. Also, if you missed any episodes of the show, be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes there. If you want to support the show, which I really appreciate you for doing so, be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com there as well. You can click on the support button, or you can just buy a t-shirt or a book that supports the show as well. And I love you and appreciate you for that. Be sure if you listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, find your favorite 2 episodes and give it 5 stars, like, love, and subscribe, comment to the show. I would appreciate that as well. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Listen, stay safe out there. Don't forget to tell your family and friends you love them. Keep them safe as much as you possibly can. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. God willing. Until next time, my friends. Until next time, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.